just one night. I'm ready to go right now. 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 I'm ready to go right now.
Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So I am back with my natural hair journey video. I've already done a slide timeline video similar to this on my channel. It will be in the description box below if you want to check that out. But since I just recently hit my 4-year natural hair mark, I thought why not do a video, and I asked you guys over on my Instagram, which is at mg__03 if you're not already following me, if you guys would be interested in seeing that kind of a video, and I got a ton of responses that said yes, we want to see another natural hair journey video from you, and I thought why not include some of the tips that I've learned along the way as well. So I'm going to, since this is my 4th year in natural hair, include 4 tips that I would love to share with anyone that is natural already, transitioning, or even thinking of going natural. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and count backwards to 1. So starting with number 4, I would definitely say one of the biggest things I've learned with being natural is you have to absolutely be confident in your hair, and that is something that is not easy, especially at first, but it's really required because there's going to be so many opinions coming at you from family, from close friends, from co-workers, from random strangers, and honestly ignorant comments. I'm not even going to excuse them. They are immature and ignorant comments sometimes, but I feel like if you're already at a very vulnerable state with your confidence, that it can make the transition into natural that much harder for you if you're already feeling some kind of way and then people say things to you. So even if you're kind of just faking it till you make it, I definitely say confidence is huge. Surprisingly, when I big chopped 4 years ago, I actually was really confident with my hair and the fact that it was going to be super short, and I had never had short hair ever in my life. Tip number 3 would definitely be to stay off of natural hair forums, hair boards, inspirational Instagram pages. It's probably even worse now because Instagram has gotten so big. It's such a huge platform now. It's probably just as big as YouTube, if not a bit bigger, as far as getting ideas for images, like getting inspiration, I should say. Stay off Pinterest, stay off Instagram, stay off Tumblr. I know, you're like, but you've been natural for years, so I shouldn't be watching you. I'm not saying don't watch YouTube videos because they can be educational, but stay off of any kind of hair forum, chat, whatever, where people are showing you their hair that is long and luscious and beautiful and everything you want, and you feel like your hair is not that. Probably for the first 3 to 6 months, depending on how you're feeling with the process, I would strongly recommend limiting the amount of time that you're on natural hair pages that show images of women and their hair and stages that's beyond where you're at. Now, I was absolutely obsessed with doing this for probably the first year of my natural hair journey, and I feel like it really stifled a lot of the things that I could have accomplished with my natural hair because I was so busy being obsessed with someone else's. And I still had a great first year natural. I still got good length. I still had healthy hair. But in my own head, I was still obsessed. Even though I was confident in my hair, I was also consumed with trying to figure out what my hair texture was going to look like 12 months out, 24 months out, 36 months out. And it's like, why? Chill out. Honestly, no one's hair is going to give you a roadmap to your hair of exactly how it's going to look 3 years down the road or 4 years down the road. The only thing that will show you what your hair will look like 3 or 4 years down the road is going 3 or 4 years down the road and letting your hair grow out. I would love to say that there is some kind of cheat sheet or you can kind of get a sneak peek at what your hair is going to look like, but essentially there isn't. I was on level 10 with my confidence because I was looking at those hair boards and those hair forms. I slowly started notching my own confidence down. I was seeing someone's length and I was starting to get length envy again. And you don't realize how big your thinking is when it comes to your feelings. So if you start thinking negatively about your hair, you'll start feeling negatively about your hair. Essentially, you will start feeling like you made a mistake. Should I have done this? I had least length when I was relaxed, or I had better curls, or I thought my curls were going to be something different. I thought my curls were going to look like Tracy Ellis Ross. Okay, everyone has that story. It might not be your hair type, and guess what? That's okay. I love Tracy Ellis Ross. Her hair is awesome, but I love my hair. My hair is awesome. And if you're not 100% secure with where you're at, looking at all those hair boards and those hair forms that even to this day, 4 years later, 9 times out of 10, they do tend to spotlight a certain type of texture. There are more hair boards and hair forms that are trying to include 4C and other textures, but what it can do is it can really undermine your own confidence. It can cause you to compare yourself to someone else whose hair your hair is never going to be like, and it doesn't do any good to compare yourself to someone else the entire time. Don't compare your chapter 1 to their end of the book. Like, it makes no sense, and it just really stunts the process and it makes it very unenjoyable.
Style, shake just a little bit faster, shake just a little now, girl. I'm dying to meet you, so let's mess around. Got an obsession, let's get down. Come just a little bit closer, I just need permission, so give me the green light, give me just one night. I'm ready to go right now.
Okay, tip number 2 would definitely be listen to your hair. Listen to your hair. Your hair honestly communicates with you. It's on your body and it communicates with you. The same way if you tried a new diet and your stomach was upset, you would not continue to eat that way. If you try a new hair regimen or a new product or a new routine and you can see that your hair is suffering and it's not progressing and it's not feeling more moisturized, it's feeling drier, and it's not feeling more defined, it's feeling frizzier, or it's not feeling healthier, it's feeling more weak and broken and fragile, you're seeing more strands, you're seeing more shedding, then that's all indicators that you're doing something your hair does not like. But I find that women have a really weird tendency within the natural hair community to be like a bull. Like, they're so stubborn. They would like to just keep doing something because mahogany curls said it works. Okay, it probably does for mahogany curls, not for you. There's no shade in it not working for you. There's nothing wrong with it working for her and not working for you. But you have to draw inspiration from others and their hair journey and what they do. But ultimately, listen to your hair, because what works for someone may not work for you. And continuing to do what someone else does just because that person is a blogger or a vlogger that you like, it makes no sense. And my number one tip is actually going to be something that isn't so kind of generalized. It's going to be specific to hair care, and it is get your ends trimmed. When I first went natural, people were telling me, like, don't trim your hair. You don't have to worry about trimming your hair anymore because you're not putting heat on it. You're not manipulating it as much. It's fine. It's not like when your hair was relaxed, you needed to get it trimmed regularly. Okay, which is fine. Personally, I feel like if I had, with my own hair, once again, this goes back to my tip number two, which is listen to your hair. I feel like I was watching and following a lot of vloggers that were saying that they don't really trim their hair. They trim it once a year, once every 6 months, and their hair is flawless. It's long. It's working for them, whatever they're doing, right? So I felt like, okay, well, Lipstick and Curls and Mahogany Curls said that they don't trim their hair but once a year, so I shouldn't have to trim my hair once a year. Well, no. I needed to listen to my hair. Look at your ends, check them. I'm not suggesting dusting. You can if you want to, but I do recommend getting actual trims from a licensed cosmetologist. I don't recommend doing a DIY trim because, yeah, no. But beyond actually getting a haircut for shape, I mean getting a haircut to trim your ends. Just to trim your ends to reduce the damage and the dead ends and the shedding ends and the single strand knots and the split ends that are on the ends of your hair. Just a trim for that sole purpose. And I think the amount of times you get it done depends on you, and the amount that is cut depends on your preference as well. A good rule of thumb is once every 3 months. If you find that your hair really doesn't struggle with breakage or anything like that, then you could do once every 6 months. I do not recommend going once a year before you get a haircut. Not a haircut, I should say, but a trim. And the reason why I say that is because I feel like I could have achieved so much more length if I had been regularly getting trims like I was supposed to these past 4 years, as opposed to following the advice of other people and saying, oh, I'm not gonna go with the standard amount of time to get a trim. No, I don't feel like I need to do it every 6 weeks like I would do when I was relaxed, but I do need to do it once every 3 months. And I feel like since I've been doing that, which I've been doing pretty consistently for the past year, I would say, I see a difference in my hair. A huge difference when it's curly and when it's straightened. And like I said, you don't have to go to the route of straightening. You can get it cut in its texture state if you want. But just getting those ends trimmed, it's huge, especially if you want to have healthy hair, especially if you want to have length. But even if you're not concerned with length, if you have a TWA, just getting your ends trimmed and your hair trimmed as needed will make sure that the hair on your head is at optimum health, because holding on to dead hair is just silly. And a lot of us and a lot of ladies out there that are going with that I'm not going to trim my hair anymore rule are really carrying around dead ends, and they're using hair supplements and hair vitamins and hair products and growth oils, and they're wondering why they're not seeing growth. And the reason why is because their hair is breaking as fast as it's growing, if not faster, because of those terrible ragged ends that are just splitting right on up the hair shaft. So that is my huge number one tip. I hope this was a helpful video, and I hope that you guys like the slideshow bits as well that will be inserted around my talking. And yeah, thank you guys so much for watching and for supporting this channel, and I'm very excited to go into my 4th year natural a lot smarter, and I am going to continue to learn more, I'm sure, and I hope to continue to share what I learned with you guys. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye.
Go right now.